We are very fortunate. We make a lot of fun of him. And podcast is something you should be listening to that he does with Joe Posnanski. It's a work of joy. He doesn't sound like he's very busy, but he's a very busy person. And for months now, he's been getting up very early in the morning.
Oh, do you have a bungalow at Universal Studios Hollywood? Because I did the backlot tour and I saw yogurt from The Good Place.
Yeah, I do have a bungalow there. That's where the set was, but I do have an office there. You drove past it as you were heading in that direction. You didn't know it was mine. It was on the left.
Are there cool interactions that happen on the Universal Studios backlot? Are you out there like I don't know, whatever you Hollywood people do, and you just bump into Jordan Peele?
That's what you imagine life in Hollywood is? I mean, just always running into Jordan Peele.
I ran into Mickey Rourke in the bathroom.
Did you?
Yeah.
How many offices do you have, Mike? I feel like that's a power move. Multiple offices.
I have multiple offices, and I'm not in most of them most of the time.
That's the power move.
My point is that this man is getting up to intern for us, for Meadowlark Media during the pandemic, because it's all hands on deck. We need people to help us. He's doing comedy. He's a comedy writer doing a stats job, and we just told him that what he brought us as an option wasn't good enough.
I don't know why I got defensive for my dad. I'm sorry about that.
Earlier this year, Amin Al-Hassan referred to one of my stats as, and I quote, dog shit, end quote.
Right. So he's trying to impress us is the point. He's getting up. He's researching these.
How close is your bungalow to Alfred Hitchcock's?
Yeah. It's like right next door.
What? That's
you ever
wild.
see him? You ever run into him?
Have you not been?
I do, yeah. Him and Jordan Peele hang out together.
Let's go ahead and do stat of the day.
Horror guys cutting it up.
Start of the day, start of the day. It is your start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. It is your start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. It is your start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. It is your start of the day.
All right, here's your funny Steph Curry stat. And this is accurate as of a couple nights ago. I didn't bother recalculating it because I was too lazy. If Steph Curry misses his next 1,399 three-pointers, he will still have a better career three-point percentage than James Harden.
I mean, you can speak to this greatness that is now very regular, and we're going to talk a lot about the officiating today. But Steph still being Steph, shooting from distance, and they're terrible on the road, but they beat Dallas on the road because every once in a while Steph is going to be Steph. We are really witnessing something that has no precedent. That dude.
Well, hold on. To be fair, they beat Dallas on the road in part because the referee seemed to indicate that a ball that went out of bounds was the Mavericks ball, and it turned out to be the Warriors ball, and the Warriors got an uncontested layup. That was one of the weirdest things I've ever seen.
Mike, I told Dan in the pre-show, I said, the only time I've seen that happen is with my 12-year-old. Like that.
Yeah,
that
I saw it in a YMCA game.
Yeah.
And my son, it happened in a YMCA game where like one team just was still talking to their coach, and the ref decided to teach them a lesson and just inbounded the ball. That was insane. Now, what I saw, I don't know what you saw. What I saw was that he indicated Warriors ball. Then the Mavs called a timeout, and he pointed to the Mavs bench like timeout. And I think the Mavs thought that he was correcting himself and changing the call to go in this way. I think that's what happened. But either way, how do you not, if you're the ref and you see what's going on, how do you not say, like, guys, it's their ball? Is that not their? I guess that's not their job.
I mean, then you get into, like, are they impacting, right? As long as the players know that this ball is about, play is about to resume.
We'll get to the refereeing because it should be a giant story today. People need to be, we don't usually get these in sports. The NBA guys seem fed up with the officiating, just totally fed up and are saying so. We'll get to that story later in the show. What is the Steph Curry, what do you think is special about the Steph Curry stat? The idea that he's that much better from efficiency than someone like James Harden, who's an MVP caliber great.
Dan, I'm going to tell you, this is the way I measure it, right? When we talk about who the best player is, there's an argument. The best player in the league right now is an argument. Who's the MVP? It's an argument. Who's the best defensive player? There's an argument. Who's the best player of all time? There's an argument. Who's the best team of all time? Argument. Who's the best coach? Argument. Who's the best shooter of all time? Nobody argues. Like, think about, and we're not naming some guy who played in the 80s. Like, no, that guy's the best. And guys nowadays, it's like, no, it's that dude. And there is no argument at all in a sport that is built on we're going to argue everything. This guy is the unquestioned, undenied, untouched, to the point where Damian Lillard, who is a great shooter and a great player and a prideful player, says, I know I'm not number one, but are you telling me I'm not number two? Like, they're literally fighting for second place.
That is crazy. And we're watching it, and there is no questioning it, but no one expects them to win the title, correct? Mike came in here today saying, hey, Lakers look good. Because everyone feels like it's wide open, and I keep looking at Milwaukee and saying it's not quite really wide open.
Well, just getting through the West would be a massive achievement considering where the season started, and I think the Lakers are navigating this LeBron absence quite well. I don't know how sustainable this is for Austin Reeves. He's playing really well.
Mike Schur, good talking to you.
LA loves Austin Reeves, by the way. All of LA is talking about Austin Reeves. They had started the MVP chant for him twice yesterday when he was at the free throw line.
I saw that. So Mike, just to be clear, have you ever met Jordan Peele?
Yeah, I worked with his now wife for a long time, and we have spent a lot of time together. Yeah.
Get out.
What about
Chelsea Peretti? Chelsea Peretti, who was on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and Jordan Peele are a couple, and I worked with her for many years, and I'm good friends with her.
Nope.
What about us?
What? I don't understand what's happening right now.
Chris ruined it. Chris, what are you doing?
See you later, Mike.